you find yourself constantly saying yes to requests, even when you're already overloaded with tasks and responsibilities? Do you struggle to say no because you don't want to disappoint other people or seem unhelpful? I know, I used to do that too. Many business owners and leaders fall into the trap of overcommitting themselves, and it can lead them to feel tired, stressed, and ultimately to their productivity dropping off. Saying yes too much can lead to a lack of focus on important tasks, as well as neglecting your personal and family time. I wanted to share today how I've helped a client to take control of their workload and prioritise their own needs whilst maintaining relationships at work and achieving more. So if you want to break free from the yes addiction and lead a more balanced and fulfilling life, then stay tuned. Hi, I'm Leanne Bridges, and I help business owners and leaders to achieve more, earn more, and succeed in business and life with ease. And today I'd like to share a story with you about one of my clients. Now, for privacy reasons, I'm going to call this person Joe. So Joe leads a business, and if you met Joe, you would likely think that he would be the first person that would be able to say no. You know, he's talented, he's successful, he runs a business, and he just seems like he would be very assertive. Now, Joe, like many of us these days, has got a huge workload and lots of responsibility and lots of commitments at home, like with family life. But what Joe noticed is that he kept saying yes to too many things at work, feeling like he should take on work that he knew that really he should be giving to his team, or saying yes to clients for far too long, and really struggling to push back and say no at times. And so it was adding stress to his life. Now, Joe knew that he had to put a stop to it because it was getting in the way of him actually working on some really important projects in his business that were going to move things forward. And he had the experience to know how to say no, but he just found himself agreeing to too much, and he was getting really frustrated with himself because he continued to do it. And he didn't know why he was doing it. Logic told him to stop. So why did he so often feel compelled to say yes? When we got under the skin of what was going on, what Joe noticed was that there was a feeling of being apprehensive. And when we explored that in some more detail and got deeper into it, he realised that emotionally, not logically, that he didn't like the thought of not being liked, of potentially being disliked, about getting people to do things that they might perceive to be his job and maybe upsetting them too. Now, as with all my clients, Joe said to me that it's not logical. He doesn't need to be liked. But here's the thing, he's right. It's not logical, it's emotional. Joe rationally and logically isn't worried about not being liked. You know, he's a well-established and experienced business leader. On a logical level, he's okay with not being liked. On an emotional level, on a deeper level, he had an issue with it. And that was what was driving him at a subconscious level to do this. Now, in his earlier life, there will have been something possibly really insignificant that led him to starting that behaviour, to saying yes to far too many things. And then he accidentally programmed himself to keep doing it. And it's counterproductive. You know, ultimately, it was leading to him actually feeling stressed. And no one performs at their best when they're overwhelmed and when they're stressed, and when they know that they really should be pushing back and saying no, and actually empowering other people, empowering their teams. I wonder, do you notice these sorts of things? Do you find yourself doing this? Perhaps you notice it from someone in your team. It's a really common trait among leaders that I'm helping people with regularly. So for Joe, we resolved this using some specific mindset techniques to overcome it and to stop the pattern of behaviour, because let's face it, willpower hadn't worked for Joe. Joe'd been trying to stop this for years. So if you notice that you're saying yes too often, then one tip for you today is to stop and ask yourself, is it my feelings that are driving this behaviour? Should I really be saying yes? Or should I say no? It's the first step to changing these automatic ways of behaving. It's to notice and decide to change. Then if you know you've got patterns that you want to change, like this one, so that you succeed with more ease, then you can find details of my programmes on my website and how I can help you with this. Go to www.leannebridges.com.